Here is a look into our nation's capital, where there's major uncertainty on the Trump administration-infused impact of the 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports into the U.S.
Erie News Now Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon reports on how the new tariffs could create a sticky situation.
It's no secret trade tensions are running hot between the U.S. and Canada.
Canada has been ripping us off for years.
Donald Trump, as we know, has put, as the Prime Minister just said, unjustified tariffs on what we build, on what we sell, on how we make a living.
The new tariffs are prompting industries that rely on steel and aluminum to brace for rising costs. The tariff tit for tat with Canada could also create a sticky situation for maple syrup lovers.
Any tariff on that maple syrup would then probably increase the price of maple syrup for consumers in the grocery stores.
Adam Wild is an expert when it comes to research and sustainability in the maple industry. He says Canada and the maple industry go hand in hand. Maple is not only a symbol of pride for our neighbors to the north, it's also a major export. About 75% of maple syrup comes from Canada, contributing to the equivalent of roughly $700 million to Canada's economy. About 60% of Canada's maple syrup is imported by the U.S.
The United States doesn't produce enough maple syrup to meet the consumer demand across the United States, so that maple supply out of Canada is important.
Additionally, American producers who make up a more than $200 million U.S. maple syrup industry rely on special equipment that largely comes from Canada.
Stainless steel is the most common that's used for tanks and our evaporators and things like that.
With higher equipment costs comes higher production costs, which could ultimately leave breakfast lovers paying the difference. Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, Erie News Now.
Brendan, thanks. And earlier today, President Trump threatened a 200% tariff on European wine and spirits if the EU moves forward with a planned tariff on American whiskey.